Good day, Perceptive Reader. This is James Lynch. Have you looked at the James Poe Artistry Tumblr? I hope you will look at that James Poe Artistry Tumblr. I want you to know I have not checked my TikTok, the James Poe Artistry TikTok, in a while. Remember, I told you some months ago, um, apparently, I don't know why the TikTok was shut down, but I'm sure it was because someone lied or used their pool in order to get it shut down, like they used to do all my other stuff. And so the whole thing about this is I want you to know that reasonable people, I told you, will respect your business. Reasonable people will respect your business. They will respect your way of trying to make a living. Um, I'm also big on security, and I give you examples of the past, how people have had their businesses and intellectual property stolen up from under them because even the persons who they were supposed to, even in God's eyes, be able to trust, these persons had actually used their access to you. They have used their friendship with you and, quote, their relationship with God, so to speak, to take advantage of that friendship work relationship, and they turn into thieves. They turn into thieves against you, robbers, and that's just the reality of it. When persons use their access to you, their authority over you, or what have you, see, it's at that point that at least God lets you know that He has shown you that they're a thief. And if they're a thief, He has given other scriptural principles on when you don't have to listen to someone who is a thief, who is trying to hurt you, who is trying to steal your spirituality, who is trying to steal your conscience. God made that clear in the Bible. And it's these persons who are acting as thieves who keeps trying to make it seem like their profession or business or what have you gives them the right to steal stuff from you, and it doesn't. Now, you can believe me or you can believe them. I know I'm speaking God's word on this matter. It has nothing even to do with conscience. It's the fact of the matter. So with that being said, there are certain security steps that I tell you, which deals with verification of who you are talking to. Uh, when people talk about vetting others, they normally actually, um, you see, may interview a person one at a time. Okay, to see where they're coming from, what their outlook really may be as far as for your goal, your business. You see, it could be a play, it could be a project, it could be a concert, it could be anything. But the whole point is you vet persons because you just don't want to pick anybody who's really just nothing but a double agent, you see, who will steal from you, who will sabotage you. And part of people conning another person is to, put persons around them that personality wise, they may be nice and all, but they're not really working for you. They're not really your employee. And see, and that's why when you, even as a creative, have something that you are trying to accomplish, think about this. Um, you got a lot of freelancers, and that's fine. They can do all sorts of projects or what have you. But you want to make sure that, I got to use the Bob Ross mentality. If you have some type of masterpiece that you do not want them destroying your masterpiece. Some of us may have had many of them destroyed up until this point because of these persons who were not really working for you or for you, period. So the point is, normally, if you just have one person, you know, uh, that you got vetted, you know where they're coming from, they know where you're coming from, then you have that one person, you see, and then it's just just the two of you all. You can actually move mountains. And I do know, just like my father used to always tell me, sometimes when you start getting to three or more persons, that's where the problem always comes in. And I'm gonna tell you something else. You still got other persons who uh, you just have to watch out for, because they have continued to take liberties with God's word, the Bible, in ways, because God has fully revealed what their hearts are inside now, and how they don't promote really respect and dignity of persons as part of the way that you handle problems. They promote more in trying to just tear down people, skew people's view of them so that people wouldn't listen to them anyway. Uh, we've discussed about the human psychology or psyche, how that works on humans in general. And I tell you not to look down on such persons. It can get frustrating sometimes, but it's just because they have not read enough, researched enough, maybe even, listened and dedicated themselves to their thinking or disciplines to know everything that you know. You see, and that's why when they are fooled, it's not because they were stupid. It was because the devious persons around them certainly were more knowledgeable in some of these areas that I told you, the very areas that God even warns against, and even says you don't treat people like that, but they did. But they did. And so the whole point is, God still don't want us then, who knows? And that he has maybe allowed to learn these matters now to turn around and still abuse people, misuse people with this type of knowledge. And that's why, some people just have master classes and things of that nature. So it's like, hey, if somebody comes to their class and they're paying for their lectures or discussions of exactly what they're talking about, then they know that it's like, okay, they took the step, they want to know in this way. And yet, even when you're talking about these matters, you do it in a matter of fact way. What I mean is, you stay ethical. In other words, if you're talking about how some criminals are stealing stuff technology wise, hackers or what have you, you never promote then these persons to go out and just be stealing and hacking from others. You see what I'm saying? You don't do that. You just let them know that these are just some of the methods of the way that persons are doing it. And that's why I knew some persons in times past, they would even tell about how it's being done or broken down through this way and that way. But unless they really vetted, their prize student or what have you, they were like, I'm not going to give you the intricate details of exactly how to do it. In other words, they may have kept, like I told you, just that one person who they knew wouldn't misuse the knowledge, who they knew had a grounding and still respect for other humans and even their privacy, that they just wouldn't go there in that way. So that's why, you ask for this one person, and that's the one person you want. And reasonable people understand that. And the ones who argue against it is because they got another motive for it. Have a very wonderful day, Perceptive Reader. Take good care of yourself.